What is up, nerds? It's me, your buddy, pal, HeyArcher. Welcome to Austin 316 Day here on Nerd Affiliated. I realized the sound effect was super low on that.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
So now we're doing it right.
Huh? What? What? Huh?
I said we're doing it right.
Huh? What? What?
And tonight, to the legend himself, we're pouring ourselves just a little bit of...
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Ooh, the Coors Light.
Austin 316 says
I'm hitting sound effects all night. Doesn't even matter. We're just going for it. And welcome all of you. By the way, we also, in the honor of the man, the myth, the legend, I should have had like an alternate intro. And I fumbled that ball for sure. In this thing, keeping it cool, we got ourselves some Broken Skull Ranch IPA here. So we'll be doing that one after we open. I had to do Coors. I had to just do Coors. After freaking the beer truck, come on. Like, I had to do it for the man. What he started with, what the OG let off with, had to do that for all of you. I was going to spill it on myself, but too much technology around here. Just too much. But yeah, maybe next year we'll have the warehouse. We'll have the Zamboni, and we'll just be dumping beers all over the place. So welcome all of you to Nerd Affiliated. This fun episode, special episode. T3 Collects.
Huh? What? What? Huh?
I said T3 Collects is going to be in the house today. He's running a little behind, so he'll message us and jump in. But I was also running behind, so I totally understand. We're just going to do that. We're going to hang out. We're going to drink some. We're going to shoot the shit, talk about what you guys want to talk about. And without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend himself, it's me. I'm the problem.
Huh? What? What?
I said I'm the problem.
Huh? What? What?
It's me.
Huh?
Cheers, everybody.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Had to do it. I am pumped for today. It's just fun. It's just a fun day. What did EC say here? Stone Cold doesn't care about technology. Shout out to you, sir. Yeah, I don't know why the sound bite's so low.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
So I just have to keep raising the volume on that one. But T3 has entered the arena. He is in the back room. He's connecting. And ladies and gentlemen, nerds and nerds, we have the real man, the myth, the legend of today, T3 Collects in the house. To you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just had a interesting morning. I watched Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, we can get into that for sure.
Let's not do that because I'll have a reaction later on tonight. I'll be seeing it again, unfortunately. That tells you anywhere where that movie went. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just have to adjust this real quick. I had faith that this was going to be the movie that is actually one of the better ones that just nobody goes and sees. And apparently I was wrong.
Oh, yeah. All I will tell you is I walked out at the second half of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I walked out.
Wow. That is wild. That is wild.
I wanted to like it. I did because I liked the first one. I thought the first one was fun, like a good family movie. And then this one, I was like, hey, we're in the second act, and I can't handle any more of this movie.
Holy
Just got up and left.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that
free review will be later on tonight on YouTube.
I love that. What a way to start the show. Something that and before we get to all the fun, exciting questions, we are leading off today with, as Austin famously started off with, some Coors Light, but I do have some Austin Broken Skull IPA that we'll be trying for the first time as well. So we'll work our way there. I have one already locked and loaded in my little cooler thing.
Smart.
I got extras. You got to have extras at all times.
Yeah, I forgot to grab my
Don't worry.
beer. So
I'll have some for you.
No, it's literally like right over there at the fridge, so I could grab it.
By all means, you can do that. I'll set up the cams for us to do all the fun stuff. And of course, I'll say hi to everybody in the chat. The Rambling Nerd. Yes, I was driving a Zamboni today. It took me a while to get here. I apologize.
Damn, man.
Oh yeah, my teammates here, they don't cut me slack on anything. Always busting my chops here. I gotta fight Vince on one end and then hear from them on the other end. It's absolutely insane. You just can't win.
I love Salvatore's thing. T3 walked out.
Which one?
Salvatore, he's like, at T3 walked out. I didn't even walk out of L&T. This is the funny thing. Like, I'm not gonna try to like compare like comic book movies like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and this. Yes, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania had its problems, but I couldn't even get past the second act, and I was just like, okay, I'm over. I'm done.
That's crazy.
Can't do this.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But I
liked Ant-Man. I know a lot of people didn't. I liked it. It was fun. I was expecting Shazam to be fun, like Black Adam, like we talked about last night, and it was not. It was just, I don't want to get into it anymore because I still have to watch the second half. And I have to go watch it tonight again. So I just
you are going to watch it again?
Yeah. I was going to take my son, but then he let me know, like, he's like, I don't really want to see it now. I'm all, oh, shit. Oh, well.
I love that. I absolutely love that. Hello to, of course, the Legacy of Nerd in the chat. Mulatto Vanguard in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Hobbies with Jose in the chat. We are, opening up some whoop ass here. We gotta do some whoop ass to James Gunn over there, freaking pushing that movie out. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was just talking to Sam, and I was just like, it's funny that James Gunn comes into DC, has screened Shazam, screened The Flash, screened Blue Beetle, and the only two he gave praise for was The Flash and Blue Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
And like everyone kind of like, I don't know, maybe didn't catch that. Like he didn't even really talk about Shazam. He was just like, yeah, it's pretty good, and that was it. That was it. And that just goes to show you that it's not that great than what I've seen. So
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I also want to give a quick shout out to my brother Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles in the chat. Good to see you, brother. And ladies and gentlemen, in the description, there's a link to his live stream starting right after this one. So the party continues on his 316 stream right over at his channel. Link down below in the description. Did you want to go grab your libation and then come back?
Let me go do that. Yep.
Do that. I'll handle it from here while you're doing that.
Okay.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I was optimistic. I was optimistic about Shazam because I know that, the first one, underrated, I would say. It's not like amazing. It's not something that like, if you haven't seen it, you have to rush out and go see Shazam. Nothing of the sort. But definitely better than people give it credit for. And I was hoping that this would do the same thing, but then also just kind of, get us kind of, there you go. Cheers to you, sir.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka.
Are you going to smash? Yeah, there we go. I love it. But But yeah, I was hoping that this movie would kind of do the same thing and kind of, I'm not going to lie, kind of get me excited for DC again, because I could care less at this point, but kind of get me excited to just say, hey, I want to see what comes out going forward. But, I mean, it is what it is. At this point, we're kind of stuck there, but let's swing into some positives. We'll swing into some positives. There's some swinging behind you, actually, on that wall. We'll get to all that stuff, too. But I forgot to say this at the top for all of you in the chat. If you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. And if there's a topic you want us to talk about, of course, throw it in the chat. But T3, Carlos, as per the government's identification, tell us a little bit about yourself. What was the first franchise, that first moment? Maybe it was a comic book, maybe it was a movie. What was that thing that forever screwed up your life and turned you into a degenerate nerd like the rest of us?
Spider-Man. That's it.
There you go.
Spider-Man. I'm like,
Yep.
Why do you think all that behind me is behind me?
Yep. Which version of it was got you in?
Dude, I don't remember. I just remember when I was young, probably 3, 4-ish.
Mm.
That's like when you're starting to learn how to like read and write and all that shit.
Yep.
My mom was just like, I guess my mom was like, you would be on the ground while we're watching TV, like on the carpet, drawing, and you would flip through comic books, and we thought you could read already, and we were like, what? And I picked up everything by like the story, like how the comic books are, like the panels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and dad thought I was reading at a really young age, and I was just like, I don't know what these words mean. I'm just looking at the pictures and coming up with everything in my head. So Spider-Man's the man. And then it slowly grew as I got older. We got Motu right here. So that, G.I. Joe, Transformers, I kind of remember, not really well. My parents couldn't afford the toys, but they could afford G.I. Joe because they weren't expensive. G.I. Joe was like $4. Transformers were more back then. I mean, they still are. So I never really got into Transformers. But yeah, those are the 3. And then DC superpowers back in the day, I was into those too. So that was culminated my nerdness, and to this day, nothing's changed.
I love that. I feel like a lot of us kind of, entered via the comic books and some of the classic shows. And I wonder sometimes if kids these days would enter via the comic books, because I feel like that's not the most popular media format, if we're to list them all out. Where back when we were younger, comic books were kind of lead the way until you had a Spider-Man, the animated series, X-Men, the animated series, Batman, the animated series. Before that, we just had the live action Spider-Man show and then Adam West Batman. Right. So I'm wondering if kids would go and actually start reading the stuff. Not sure.
I don't know, like my son, he's 14. He's only in it because he always says I forced him into it. And I'm like, I didn't really force you into it. It's just natural, I guess. Like, I grew up on this stuff and I wanted you to like it, I guess. So I'm living through him still.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
So, but he's into Transformers and I know nothing about Transformers. So yeah.
Is he into all Transformers, or is he like specifically like the G1 old school vehicles or Beast Wars? What's his flavor?
I think he's kind of into everything. He went back and watched the Transformer movie.
Nice.
So I'm like, I remember that movie, but I remember the G.I. Joe one more. And from that movie, he started like selling all his pops and whatever he could sell because he wanted to get every character from the movie, which don't even know where he's at right now because his shelves are full of Transformers now.
I love that. I love that. But it's good. I mean, you guys cover all the bases. You'll take on the Marvel stuff, the Motu stuff. He'll handle Transformers, and maybe something else down the line will grab his attention.
Hopefully. I mean, he goes and sees every Marvel movie with me. His first actual movie theater experience was Iron Man 3
Mm,
at midnight, and he was
nice.
like really young. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, not the best movie, but still, the midnight release days, like that was, as the kids say, that was a vibe.
Oh yeah. And because of that, Iron Man's his favorite comic book character.
Oh, so hey, that's great. If he jumps in on that movie and likes Iron Man, it's uphill from there, like or downhill
Oh
from
yeah.
there, I should say. Like it's all gravy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He. It's funny because he's 14, and this day and age, everything's internet, and they read Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. And I'm
Hmm.
like, look, you have to base your opinion on your own viewing, not on
Yeah,
what people are just spewing out there.
yeah.
So Ant-Man, initially he was like, yeah, I really liked it, and then after a few weeks, he's just like, yeah, it was mid, and I'm all, what the hell? All right.
But it's funny. I can't blame him because right now, like Sal, myself, Anthony, and Aaron Waller, we have a group chat where we kind of brainstorm what's going on, talk about topics to bring up on the podcast, to show all that stuff. And a lot of times we'll talk about our reviews for episodes of shows or movies. We're actually compiling a list. So after everything, we add it to the list. And that way, for the end of the year, when we choose a winner, it can actually be based on like average scores and all that stuff. But we now 3 weeks in a row actually have given The Mandalorian a score, and then the more we talk about it, and then I rewatch them because I'll watch my own, and then my fiance comes home, we'll watch it again. We give it a score, and then we all like lower the score the more we think about it and talk about the episodes. So I can kind of understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I know like at that age, like your friends are very influential, like
Sure.
on your opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm 43, and I thought Ant-Man was just fun. I liked
Yeah.
it way more than I liked Black Adam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I went in like not wanting to see that movie, and I walked
Mm.
out. I was like, okay, that was fun.
Yeah.
Here's the problems with it. The
Yeah.
whole end of the movie, the kid and the mom. That was the problem.
Yeah. But I think what Marvel's doing is they're trying to do all this mantle passing at the same time. And because you have all these people calling the shots that may not be fans, I'm gonna actually just say they're not fans. There's no way some of the stuff comes out if you're a fan. But they don't remember when we ran into that Ultimates debacle where in the comic books they did all the mantle passing at one time and it didn't work. And they're doing it again, but it's like they're just like, no, it's got to work this time. Like this time, people are going to be more accepting of a new Cap, a new Iron Man, a new Captain Marvel, all these things. And it's like, if it didn't work before, it's probably not going to work now. You got to slowly do this kind of transition, not just all at the same time.
Yeah, I was just watching or reading something about Marvel Studios, like their plan with pretty much what are we in phase 4? So 5, 6, and 7.
I think we ended
and then after
4. I think technically Black Panther was the end of 4.
Well, is that right? 4?
Let me look it up right now.
I don't remember now. There's so many damn movies. Whatever phase we're in, the multiverse phase, and then whatever phase is after that, I think it's the eternity phase. I don't freaking know.
We're in 5.
But after they're done with everything, they're gonna obviously when we get to Secret Wars, I was reading that they're basically everyone that's from the Infinity Saga will be killed off, and then in phase 8, they're gonna kind of like do the Ultimates universe. That's how they're gonna get away with recasting Iron Man and Captain America. And I was just like, okay, I feel like that's probably a good time to do that. Maybe wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm just a fan.
Yeah, you know nothing. You don't even know Peter. Shit. You don't even know who Peter Parker's uncle is. You have no clue because the movies didn't tell you, so you have no idea.
No idea. Is it Namor?
Yeah, and Namor. But no, it's everything happening now. It's crazy, but there's still bright spots and everything. Actually, I want to unbox a couple things that came in today.
Oh, is it the rock that I found for you today?
So, remind everybody where that comes from.
Your hatred for The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, we got into that last night.
Well, the conversation. Yeah, I was gonna say about where the conversation was.
I don't remember.
Well, we did a stream on your channel yesterday.
Did we? Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was on the Overgrown 3 Days podcast last night. If you guys want to watch it, shameless plug now.
Yes.
Go do that. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well if you want to listen to it and not watch it. But yeah, that came up on that last night, and I went toy hunting today, and I was walking through Walmart expecting nothing, got nothing because they have jack shit in my Walmart, and I came across The Rock, like multiple of them. Left, went to go film the clearance section. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna go back and send this to him real quick as a joke. Posted up on IG.
Yep.
I thought it was funny.
It's I tell you, man, I hate that man like no other. But no, T3 is part of the Overgrown third graders. They have a podcast. I was on it last night. Ton of fun. Loved being on there. And all of you, links down below for that. And T3's channel, where you do a little bit of toy hunting. Before we go into that, I'll show you guys, we've been talking about Marvel. Show you a couple things that came in the mail today. First thing, I was not expecting to buy this at all, ever, when it was announced. Hasbro Pulse 35% off. I was like, I'll go for it. I'll add it to my collection back there. I picked up the Tesseract and Loki 2-pack only because I want the Tesseract. Loki's cool too, but really, I figured I wanted the Tesseract. And I have the Eye of Agamotto back there. I have the Infinity Gauntlet, so I thought it'd be a good addition there. Maybe I'll open it on stream.
I mean, if you don't want that figure, I mean, I don't mind.
I'll look at it and then I'll determine.
That's the one we were talking about last night with the rolled up sleeves. It's that one. Yeah.
It's that one, yeah.
Mr. Knight custom.
Mr. Knight, yeah. Then the other thing I got, also, I wanted it badly when it was announced, when they showed it off. But the price, I just couldn't get past the price. But again, 35% off. Sounds good to me. We got ourselves Iron Man from the animated series with the photon cannon.
And I wish I would have waited to buy that.
Yeah, it's... Oh, you have this already?
Yeah, I bought it because I figured it would sell out. What a stupid move that was.
Well, I mean, not your fault. Not your fault. I would assume that this would sell out. And it's still available when I looked earlier. The only thing that's sold out that I picked up recently was Apocalypse, which I was shocked he went that long without being sold out. But interesting how this one comes with plastic-free packaging, but then there's actually a card in there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, how they do that. I did not expect that. And then, there you go. Love it.
Yeah, mine, I haven't even unboxed mine. Mine's still in the box in one of these mini bins right now.
Yeah. This is one, I don't know if I would even, because you don't unbox anyway, right? You leave all your stuff in box for the most part?
Pretty much. I mean, I just, like I said yesterday, I opened up all the what if to build Khonshu, which I got to find my Red Skull and Jimmy Blue in one of these bins. Mm-hmm. I was like, I have to build this. This thing looks sick. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. I opened up Beast Boy, put him back. I mean, I'll open stuff up, but I'll put it all back.
Nice.
I'm weird.
But I mean, the thing is, like, even those Spider-Man behind you, when you have a nice card, no more. When you have stuff on card that's like this nice, this mint, it's hard. It's hard to say I'm gonna rip it right out of this thing. It's part of the presentation. Yeah,
it's because of how they look. Like if those Spider-Man came like let me see, like the old windowed one, it'd be a different thing. I would open them.
Yeah.
And play with them and then put them back probably. But yeah, those retro cards are like what we grew up on. That's why I'm like, nope, these are staying like this.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us about that. Tell us about the collecting thing. When did that come about? Like, what got you into it? And what happens over on your toy collecting channel?
So so I've been collecting ever since I was young. I haven't really stopped. Now, at one point I did because I was going through a bunch of stuff mentally
Mm-hmm.
when I'm trying to think, 25, I think, because my then fiance and we split because I caught her cheating, and it like wrecked me because I didn't know, like,
What
I
to do?
never had anything like that. I've never witnessed something like that happen. Like, I've had relationships in the past that just didn't work out for, whatever reasons. And this one was different because I was like, hey, I was going to get married to her. And I actually caught her in our own bed with some other dude. And
Oof.
that, yeah, wrecked me. And then it was like at so the house I had was my house. Her friend moved in. And that's when everything in our relationship changed because
Mm.
her friend was very influential, was bad, just a bad person. And long story short, her friend took it upon herself to change all the locks to my house. Couldn't get in. I had to break in, and then when I broke in, all my stuff was in the garage and in the backyard, getting wet. So I lost a
Oh.
lot of collectibles, a lot of comic books, a
Yeah.
lot of cards, a lot of it. I guess after getting a lot of it out, I started realizing probably after I got married to my wife that I was like, man, I'm missing all this stuff. And, I ran into my ex's cousin and she was like, yeah, dude, she was selling all that stuff off. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh.
So, I lost a lot of it. So when I got married and then we had our son, that's when I kind of got back into it. Like, I was picking up stuff here and there, but not to the extent where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I need to pick up the stuff I lost in my prior relationship. I need to find all that.
Mm.
And then just kind of went forward with having a son and got him into stuff. And I just started picking up stuff, and my wife hates it for the most part.
Yeah.
So, I've been in jail, as I say, marriage jail a few times.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, EC saying he'd be in jail if that happened to him. Like, that's wild. Like, that's a wild story that happened to you. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, hey, we all grow and learn from, prior, I should say, a mistake. Definitely a mistake.
Yeah.
I should have known when she didn't accept my proposal and her aunt said, what is wrong with you? He's a good guy. Why would you not? And mistake number one, learn from that mistake. What I didn't, obviously.
Yeah.
Still continue with that relationship knowing it was probably going nowhere.
Yeah. We all learn.
Yep.
But I mean, that's what makes us, and that's what makes us who we are. Learning from that kind of stuff, going through that kind of stuff, it makes us who we are. It makes us better people, I think, at the end of the day, and helps you help other people when they go through their stuff.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Like, trust me, I've had plenty of friends and of like close friends or their friends that I became friends with that have gone through somewhat similar or just shitty breakups. And I'm like, yeah, man, I've been there. Like, let me tell you about this crazy ass story. And they're just like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, dude, I didn't go all mental and start wanting to beat up somebody. There was no bone in my body that could do that because I'm just too nice, I guess. As you get older, like, things may change. Like, everything's changed how I deal with stuff now.
Yeah. It happens. I do, before we go into your YouTube channel, want to note that we are about to crack open the Broken Skull IPA. So again, hopefully by now you guys are about to, at least for the second or third time, hit yourself with some...
More specifically, vodka, whiskey,
vodka,
beer,
beer.
more vodka, more whiskey.
I love that.
Not bad. I got to say, not bad at all.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about that beer, actually.
Yeah. And if he's drinking it, it's got to be good. Unlike other people, like The Rock. But that's a tale for another story.
You need Terramana?
Yeah. Well, I'll just say the story now. There was the one video he had put out promoting it. And he had it like in his hand. And I think he was like drinking it bottle to the face. And people were like, that's definitely not tequila. Like, they were looking at it, like, I guess the consistency in the bottle or whatever, the way he was drinking it, it was like, there's no way he is bottle to the face doing like a damn near funnel with tequila. Like, it's just not happening. So I don't trust you, Rock. Do not trust you.
Oh man, that's funny.
That guy. But you have 2 channels that you are currently running, similar to myself actually, but you're being more successful at that. So tell us first about T3 Collects in general. What can people find over there?
Toy hunting, I guess. Vinyl records.
Oh, vinyl guy.
That's pretty much it. I don't know. Like, it's just me being me and nerding out to stuff that I like. And, you know, where I live, it's just retail apocalypse here. So there's no comic shops. There's no collectible shops. It's just Walmart, Target, and that is it.
Yeah.
So that's what I get to deal with every day. If I want to actually do actual like major toy hunting, I have to drive 2 hours south, which is Sacramento.
Yep.
Or San Francisco, which I don't like San Francisco. I like to visit it, but I do not like hanging out there. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And then obviously LA. So 2 hours isn't that big of a deal. It's just having the time to do it, which you would think I would have time. I don't. I pick up my kids from school every day, so I can literally leave here and go to one place and have to rush through it an hour and drive back. That's not fun.
Yeah. No, it's true. It takes a lot of time. Like that's one of the things about collecting is, you know, you can go to your, you know, the normal big box stores, but especially if you want to hit up more than one place and you want to record, that's easily 4 hours. You know, if the places are close, it's at least 4 hours.
Right. And that's the thing is I used to live in Sac, so I know where all these places are. There's one comic shop that I had no idea existed, and I actually didn't live very far from it at one time. And it's been there for probably like 30 years, and I was like, I didn't even know this was here. My son actually found it on Google, and him and my wife went when I can't remember what I was doing. It was probably training for some job or something, some work training, and they were there and they were killing time. So that place actually segued into my Toy Biz Marvel Superheroes Pursuit. They have a whole bunch of these from my childhood.
I love that.
So I actually messaged the owner and I was like, hey, this is my name. This is what I'm trying to do. I've been to your shop, I think 3 times, and I love it every time I go there. I was wondering if it's cool if I film there, or maybe I can like interview you. And he got back to me. He's like, yeah, just let me know what time. I was like, that was easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what got you to say to yourself, I'm going to do a whole separate channel? And what is it that you're doing over there with the Overgrown third graders?
So initially when I started my Toy Hunt channel, this actually happened last April, March, I don't remember. I had a broken ankle, so I was off work. I had nothing to do, and I was just flipping. I already was watching like Josh Pence like the year prior, and then I started like seeing more and more toy collectors. I was like, dude, I'm the same age as these guys, and I don't feel like so nerdy now. So I was like, I'm just gonna try this out and see what happens, and kind of like how everyone does this.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it spawned. I just started doing it, and I got more comfortable with it because I was just not comfortable. I hated being in front of the camera. And after some time, I was like, who cares? Like, all the other guys have the same probably like feeling, and they just do it. So I just started doing it. And then the podcast thing happened because like last night, Jason Cyborg Soda was on with us. He's my co-host with another gentleman, BC Radio, and Jason and I actually met through Instagram because I had found the Crow Diamond Select VHS Walmart exclusive.
Yep.
And I posted up on Instagram, and he commented on it, and then I was like, yeah, I found it at Walmart. And then he went the same day and he found it. So him and I started talking, and then we just kind of became friends from that. And then I just kind of like was like, hey man, I'm going to start a podcast with my friend that I've grew up with through I think middle school or junior high. And I was like, hey, do you want to be on it? You want to do this? This is what we're going to do. And he's like, yeah, it sounds fun. And that's kind of where Overgrown Third Graders podcast started. It was called a different name. Then we changed it because it just didn't make sense, the old name.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd, or Beastie Radio, he came up with this. And I was like, oh, dude, I love it. So that's where that spawned. And then this year I separated it from my actual channel because everything was on my channel. And I made our own separate Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
So this is all new, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah. No, and it's funny because due to the algorithm of YouTube, it's like you kind of have to separate it, and it sucks because you do want everything to be in one spot. It's easier, but from time to time, it's like YouTube won't know what to suggest to new people because the channel is like 5-6 different things. So I definitely understand that struggle. Like when I got into hunting, it was all here, and then I was like, I have to split it up because it's just recommending none of my stuff. And it helped.
The funny thing is, I'm one of the, I think, first or second podcasts we had on our new channel.
Mm-hmm.
I think General Kenobi's bunker was like, dude, I didn't even know that you had a separate channel.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm all, yeah, man, I've been promoting it for like a while. And I'm all, I kind of figured that would happen because everyone's just so used to one.
Yeah.
And then I kind of change it up. And I just like, yeah, it is what it is. Like now we have the second one. I don't plan doing a third one because one's already hard enough. Having two is even that much more work. So.
Yeah. I feel you. I debate the third one all the time. I'm like, but there's like, you only have so many hours in a day. It's like you have so many hours in a day. We all have like 60 different things that we're interested in. And it's like, you can't, at a certain point, you can't do it all, you know? And I want to do a whole photography channel. I want to do like a 101 to creation channel, maybe that with the photography. But it's like, by the time I just edit a podcast episode or edit a short out of a podcast episode, where am I going to record the other stuff? You just can't do it.
Right.
Yeah. Not if you want to have a life.
Yeah. And that's the thing is I was going to do another one that was going to be a vinyl collection channel. I was just like, nope, I'm just going to lump it all into my T3 one because I just don't collect action figures. I collect vinyl.
Yeah.
I collect Blu-rays and DVDs and movies. Like I haven't really been collecting those for a while because I just don't have room. Obviously, I don't have room for everything. Like all my vinyl is out here now. It used to be in my bedroom, and I have so many now. I just don't have room.
What got you into vinyl collecting?
Probably my parents, because growing up they had tons of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember like they still have them. Like they have Thriller still on vinyl from a long time ago. Bruce Springsteen, like just a bunch of old stuff. Like my parents are into Motown, so that's what I grew up on, and that's what they have a lot of. And then I think my mom might have Christian records and stuff, but that's kind of where I got into. And I love music. I've always loved music, and I've collected cassettes as you go in order of growing up: cassettes, CD.
I love that.
And then you got into streaming, which I was against streaming at the time.
Yep.
I illegally downloaded millions and millions of songs, which I still have to this day. And I don't know, vinyl. I think it just started because I wanted all the Blink-182 vinyls that were out at the time. Because I'm a big Blink-182 fan. So it kind of just started from there. And it just escalated into all these other bands that I've been into for a long, long time. Escalated into picking up a lot of hip hop, rap artists, and I'm like, God dang it, I gotta quit collecting so much shit.
Are you opening all these vinyls and listening to them, or is it kind of similar to collecting figures, where there's some that because of the packaging, because of the art, you just leave it sealed up?
Right now, I have a majority of them are sealed, but I think the first 25 of them are all open. Because I'll listen to them. I mean, my record player is not the greatest, so I'm trying to upgrade. So I need to find room for an actual record player with actual decent speakers. That's the one key to having a vinyl collection. You need to have a good vinyl, and you need good speakers. You need to have a good setup. If you don't, it just doesn't make sense. So that's part of it. But yeah,
Is
vinyl's
there
awesome. It's home so much better than everything else.
is there a like a Great White Buffalo? Is there a vinyl out there that you're like, this is the one thing I need that I just cannot get my hands on because either too expensive or just long out of print that you don't even know where to start looking for it?
I have two. I
Oh.
actually have two that I've been looking for, and they're very expensive. Like I said, one's like I said, I'm a Blink-182 fan. I
Mhm.
have all their vinyl, like 12-inch vinyl. There's like singles and stuff, and just don't really care to have because I'm
Mhm.
like, if I already have the vinyl of the 12-inch of a full album, why do I need the single 45?
Yep.
So one is a Blink-182 live record called the Mark Thomas Travis Show from like 1999, I think.
Mhm.
I have the CD, but I want the vinyl. I could have got it when Hot Topic used to carry vinyl.
Mm.
Just I never did, and by the time I went to go pick it up, it was gone and it's out of print, and it's just really hard to find. And then even opened and used, it goes for $200-300.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, God dang it! I kicked myself for not buying it then.
Yeah.
And the other one is a record store day exclusive. I just can't remember what year. It might have been 2019. The
Mm.
Kid Cudi one that I want so bad, and it's I think between 500 and 900. I'll have to double check because I know at one time it was $800. I was like, holy shit.
Hang on, I gotta look this up. A record day exclusive.
Yeah, it's I can't think of the name either. I just remember the cover.
Let's
Not Man
see.
on the Moon. I can tell you that. I have that. Passion, Pain, Demon Slaying. That's the one. Look it up on eBay.
$4.99. Holy
That
shit!
sounds about right.
Wow. I was about to say, I saw Humpty just jumped in. I was like, dude, if you're gonna get in the vinyl game, here's one right here. Four ninety
Yeah, dude.
nine. Holy shit! And it's not even like that awesome of a Cuddy album. Like it's good, but
No, it's good. It's not the greatest, but they just did it as an exclusive, and I'm just like, why did you do this?
yeah, that's crazy. That's
Oh,
crazy.
let's see, completed.
I almost got into vinyl also. I worked at Best Buy for a while. Actually, for a while, it was my longest job I had until recently, and that I was working there when vinyls were making the resurgence, and for a second I was like, I kind of want to get into this, but I was going to buy the monitors, the player, all that stuff. And at the time I was living, well, I'm still in a condo, but it was a different condo, and I was like, I can't really like blast the music like I'd want to, off these things. And I ended up buying, actually, no, I got it for free. I got a Marshall Bluetooth speaker,
Mm-hmm.
and it was almost like distorted on purpose to have like a vintage sound. So that kind of like supplemented it for me for a while. But I think if I ever do get a house, I would love to get like, again, proper studio speakers, vinyl player, the whole nine.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to if you want to have an actual vinyl collection. If you're an audiophile, it's just
Yep.
like you got to have the right setup. And I remember coming home from a training, I think it's Sacramento or something, and my wife, like, I actually came home on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't think it was on my birthday. It was my birthday, like on a Wednesday or something. I came home on the weekend, and that's what she surprised me with was a vinyl record player. Not too expensive, probably like an $80 one, and which is fine. Like that's all I need at the time. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, my collection's growing, and I'm like, yeah, now I want the actual real deal. But one, I don't have the room. I need a big house. I need a man cave. Like I can't do it all of my stuff in the garage.
Yeah.
So let's see. Actually, they're all right here.
And then is this the Blink one you were talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Damn, 350.
Yeah. Um, so like, I actually got lucky last year. I'm not a big Notorious B.I.G. fan, but
Hmm.
Target had like, last summer they had like this crazy clearance on it, pretty much everything,
Yep.
toys, freaking music, and I scored this double album
Oh,
right here
nice.
for $17.
Yeah.
This is a $56 double album,
Wow.
so $57.99, $17.39,
Wow.
and I also scored the Red Hot Chili Peppers Greatest Hits. It's a $35 record. I got it for $10.50.
Nice.
And I grew up on punk music, so a lot of my records or vinyls are punk. Rise Against new album, I got it for $7. It's
Nice.
a $23 vinyl. So I'm all over the place, man. Rap, punk, rock.
I love that. And it's crazy. You kind of alluded to it earlier, where because of the internet, right? Which also good album by Charles Gambino, but because of the internet, you meet all these other people that like the same weird combination of shit that you like, that you just don't even expect is out there.
Yeah.
And for me, I forget, I was talking about this one time back in New York City, 2001, New York City. Nobody was listening to rock in my circle. Nobody at all. And in high school, there was like this small group of kids that listened to like Slipknot and Korn. And I was like, man, that shit's like devil music. Like, I'm not listening to that. And all of a sudden, this little band comes around, Linkin Park, drop an album. And I was like, holy shit, like this is some good stuff. And once they dropped Collision Course, all the hip hop kids were into rock. And then at that point, everybody was listening to everything and it didn't even matter. Yeah. Hybrid Theory. Yeah. Great album.
Yeah.
But it's funny going back even to it's funny how like a lot of the worlds are similar. When we talk about like packaging and presentation of the physical media, I remember when I got Meteora, like I went down to Manhattan, went to Tower Records, picked that thing up, went home, opened it up. There's like stickers, there's like a book, there's all sorts of cool stuff. And it was like having that thing was part of the experience, having the actual physical piece. But now you're just on your phone, you're just like, bye, listen.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like probably another reason why I got into vinyl. It's hard to see, but I'll show you. So this gray cabinet right here that has 4 drawers.
Yep.
It's all full of CDs.
Oh, wow.
All my old CDs. I also have, I think, 3 boxes are just full of CDs.
That's awesome.
So I'm into the physical media. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm never going to download a movie. I'm never going to do streaming. And then look what happened. Everything got expensive. And I'm like, yeah, CDs are going away. Like all the newer cars don't come with CD players.
Yep.
Everything's touchscreen.
Yep.
You have to plug your phone into everything. And I was just like, well, there goes that.
Yeah.
But it's funny how vinyl became, the resurgence happened.
Mm-hmm.
Cassettes are doing the same thing. It's so weird to me. Like my son was like, oh, I want this cassette. And I was like, wait, what?
What?
A cassette? It's like, okay. I'm like, who is it? Some lo-fi band I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking it up. I'm like, God damn, $21.99 for a cassette? And I'll think back. I'm like, oh yeah, I think my first cassette I bought was $25. So it's just weird how this generation is kind of getting into what we grew up with or I grew up with.
Yeah.
And it's the prices are the same back then that they are now. And I'm like, wow, how weird.
I think what happens is anytime something becomes either hard to find / rare or just different, that's what grabs the attention and people gravitate towards it because everybody can't access it. And I think that's where that cassette thing comes from. But even with the records, I remember, I think it was Peter Rosenberg. He was talking about records on one of his shows. And he was saying that pretty much all the print factories went out of business. Like they all shut their doors, closed up shop. And then when the resurgence happened, all that demand was going to just one record factory. And that created the delays and created the higher demand because, like, if you wanted something, maybe it got a reprint, but then it wasn't going to get printed again, probably ever, because there was such a backlog of records that were in demand to be printed. Like, it was kind of insane. And with the cassettes, I can't even imagine there's places making cassettes now. Maybe there's just one lone place run by some old man that now he's getting a bunch of orders to make cassettes.
Yeah, it's just weird because I order from this vinyl. I do have occasionally, called SRC Vinyl. They used to have a place in Buffalo, I believe, but they're Canadian. There's an actual Canadian record. I think they were I thought they were a record label. I don't think, maybe not. But they pressed a lot of the like pop punk bands from the 90s, like a lot of their stuff, and they would sell it on their, I shouldn't say label, but their store with association with whatever label they're on. Because the label's like, oh no, we're not going to press it because we don't think it's going to sell vinyl. So that company would. So that's where that started. Like where I started picking up vinyl, because you couldn't find that here. It was all used stuff, and I wanted all the new. I wanted new stuff. So I ordered from them a lot, and then they had a Buffalo location. They closed that, and everything mainly goes through the Canadian one. But even back then, probably 10 years ago, they were starting to sell cassettes again. I was like, what is going on here? And now cassettes are a huge thing again. I mean, look at it. If you watch YouTube, I watch a group called Pixel Game Squad. They're more video game-ish stuff, but they will buy VHS, and VHS is becoming a thing again. People are collecting VHS. It's crazy to me. Like, I'm like, dude, I just sold all those probably like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Who would have known that was rare? And you can't. It's worth a shitload of money now.
I think it was actually. Was it Humpty in a video with Seth where no, it was OG Geek and Slap Happy, I think. They were at a show and somebody was selling VHS but still in the original, like, even plastic. And it was going for hundreds of dollars and some of them thousands of dollars. And I was like, holy shit. Like, that was, but and like we were talking about it yesterday when it comes to the retro figures. It's like this stuff was selling on clearance for like 99 cents, but all of a sudden it gets rare enough and you're tired of collecting new things. You start going back to the old stuff, prices go up. And now it's going to turn us all into hoarders and not want to sell anything until it's up in value.
That's true. And it's like kind of like yesterday we were talking about, like, full circle. COVID happened, obviously, like, everyone knows that. So the past 3 years, that's when the collecting boom, like, boomed. Like, people that weren't collecting, that were, wasn't say collecting,
it's me.
People that were into one thing got bored with it, started collecting everything else. And it just made it that much harder for everybody that, say, like us, collect action figures, that no one else. I was like, oh, that's such a, like, kiddie thing to do. Why would you do that? Now those guys are collecting action figures, making it harder on us. All those guys turn into scalpers, not true collectors. So, same thing.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, I was telling this to Lee, who was on last week, that I started collecting because of a picture. And it was Raphael and Leonardo, and the picture was like their nose to eyes staring at each other, water drops on them. And I was like, oh, like, what part of the movie is that from? Like, I don't remember that at all. And then I found out those were the NECA Turtles. I was like, holy shit, like, that's pretty dope. Like, I should try to find them. And I remember going to Walmart, couldn't find them in the toy section. I'd go from time to time, but I didn't realize there was a whole separate collector section. I didn't realize that until lockdowns happened. And all of a sudden, OG Geek is suggested to me as a video. I watch it. I'm like, oh, seems kind of cool. Goes to the section. I'm like, oh, wow. I was like, there's a whole nother toy section I didn't know about. Go there. And then it was like, after that second trip of going and just checking, That's when the bug got me. It was like that feel of like you're walking in the store. You're like, today's the day. It's going to be there. I know it. No. But, oh, that Spider-Man's pretty cool. I'll grab that one. Oh, that Obi-Wan Kenobi's pretty cool. I'll grab that one. Then you find out that they're rare. And you're like, oh, shit. Maybe there's more rare stuff. And then it's a wrap.
Yeah, man. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
All it takes. That's funny because I was filming today, and there's I can't remember what they're called. Those goo jitsus, or is that what they're called? The goo jitsu things that come on those plastic bags, and they're like stretchy, or you can.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, okay, so on the video that I have hopefully come out this weekend, I was like saying, you know, I know probably people don't collect these, but there's an actual huge collector base on these, and something I just learned like 2 weeks ago with my cousin and my friend Cody. We went to a Walmart because he was looking for this Howard the Duck, and my cousin's like, yeah, dude, I hid two at this Walmart. Well, let's go. So we go, and there they are. They're there. So then he's like, oh yeah, he's telling me about those stupid Gujitsu things. He's like, oh yeah, these ultra rares. I'm all, wait, what? They have chases? He's like, yeah, I was selling all these for $80 a piece. I'm all, wait, what?
Wow.
He's all, I had 24 of them because I got them for like they're cheap.
Yeah.
He's all, now I'm selling for $80 a piece. And I was like, you're full of shit, dude. He pulls up eBay, and I could not believe how much those things were going for. Like some were like $200.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
so on my
crazy.
video, I was just like saying like, hey, I know if you don't collect these, I'm not saying to be a flipper, but if you want to make kind of quick cash, look for these rares and putting on eBay because there's a huge market for these. It's so crazy. Yeah, jujitsu. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just was like blown away. I was like, man, people will collect anything.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So I'm opening the Tesseract for us here. And I gotta say,
the repaint.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's see if I can figure out how to open this thing. Let's see. I think this is the lid here.
I think the Loki's in it, isn't he?
Yeah, I took him out over here.
So he comes separate. I thought he came in a cube.
So he comes like this. Actually, I'll open him up real quick.
In a windowless box?
Yeah. Nicely wrapped in this wax paper, which came off.
It's a net special.
Let's see. Can you get out of here? Come on. There we go. And this thing actually just sold out too. I noticed it today on the Hasbro site.
There's only 3 days left, I think, of that.
Mm-hmm. This is a good figure. I gotta say, very impressed. Even as a like, if you just wanted some background fodder, this is a really good figure. But let's see if we can get this Tesseract open here. And see if it lights up.
Tesseract.
God, how do they do it in the movie? There's movement. All right. Oh, and even the inside has like some texture to it.
Nice.
So then it's this little globe here. And the batteries in it.
I thought I saw someone do a review that the batteries are already in it.
How do you turn it on? I might need some instructions. I'm just going to hold the button and see what happens. Hang on. But like, how would you even turn it on while it's in the case? That's the... Because you don't want to take it out of the case every time.
I think you have to.
That's lame.
Yeah, they couldn't come up with a better design. Come on. It's Hasbro.
Lift it. Hold the button for... Oh, so it's going to be 5 minutes of continuous light. That's crazy. Oh, you do have to put in batteries. Remove the inner battery pack, insert batteries. I'll do that for all of you on Instagram. Or I'll somehow
Hasbro cheaping out on the batteries too, huh? All right.
Oh, you got to unscrew it too. I see the screw. You got to unscrew it to get in. It looks like AAA batteries. Hasbro.
My question is, do you have AAA batteries?
I have a ton for some stupid reason.
Okay.
Because
Because it always seems to be that one toy you're like, damn it, I don't have the batteries for this.
Yeah. No, you know what? So because of that, and this is the size, fits in your hand. I had, anytime I would need a set of batteries, I would go on Amazon and just order like 30 pack of them. But I also started ordering just the rechargeable ones. So now I just have a whole bunch there, rechargeable. So good to go. But
you're actually trying to save the planet.
I try, despite our habits of buying plastic. Oh man. But dude, this was a lot of fun. I am glad that you were able to come on. I was glad I was able to come on to your stream yesterday.
Yeah, man.
And we definitely need to do this again.
I agree. We had a lot of fun. Obviously, Jason said that he wasn't sure he could make it because he was going to be inebriated. It's his girlfriend's birthday week.
Yep.
Like you suggested, it will turn into a month, and I'm like,
it will eventually turn into a month. Yep.
My wife did that last year. The whole month's my birthday, and I'm all, okay, whatever you say. I'm not going to argue.
Yep.
I tried to do that, and it was just like, no, your birthday is just a day.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It can't be like the whole week. Nope. You have to go back to work. Shit.
I love that. Links down below, everybody, for all of Carlos's channels, Instagrams, Twitters, all that fun stuff. I think I saw on your website you also have TikTok. I forgot to add that one down there. Are you active on TikTok?
Not as much as I should be. I did post one today because I was, like I said, with Walmart, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably do a TikTok because I haven't done one of those in a while. I don't know. I'm just short form like stuff. I can just do YouTube Shorts now. That's basically what TikTok is in a sense. So it's just easier to do YouTube Shorts. I'm trying to think. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I do have a Facebook, but I don't use it. And I have a Vero account. I don't know if you've ever heard of Vero.
I heard of that, yeah.
Zack Snyder's social media platform.
Yeah.
I've had that forever. So I have that as well. There's a couple other ones that I have that I just don't ever use, so I don't ever say anything because no one's on them.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Well, this was a blast, and I apologize, Legacy of Nerd, for the commercials as you try to get back into the video. But hey, if you guys want the commercials to go away, everybody can join our memberships, support the channel, and then maybe I'll turn off the monetization on the live streams. But until then, I got to pay for this kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what we do.
True.
That was fun. That was a blast. As I mentioned on stream, I'll get batteries for this and I'll turn it on. I'll do that on Instagram, maybe TikTok. I don't know. Maybe make it short. I don't know. But I will show you guys what it looks like when it's lit up. HeyArcher Live every Thursday, 8:15-ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. More podcasts, more unboxings, all that fun stuff will be happening here on the channel. If you're into just listening to audio, we are on Spotify, Apple Music, so you can listen to us over there. But of course, we enjoy having you here on the channel. As I mentioned, channel memberships, join the Nerd Foundation, drop a super chat. Little animations pop up too. You guys do that. And just fun stuff. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Collect stuff. Do what makes you happy. Like, comment, subscribe. As I say every week, I'll talk to all you nerds. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the beer is good. I'm almost done with it. The beer is good. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. We're out of here.
316 says I just whipped your ass.